You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Feeling lucky? All bets are on Bookie, the hilarious comedy from Chuck Lorre and Nick Bakay, starring Sebastian Maniscalco as an old-school bookmaker just trying to stay alive in a world of bad beats. Does a house always win? Find out as Bookie returns for Season 2, December 12th on Max. Please watch responsibly.
Stugotz here. I want to thank the folks over at Smirnoff for being a loyal sponsor to both God Bless Football and the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz. Smirnoff knows there is no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, Smirnoff is the world's #1 vodka and is an official vodka partner of the NFL. And this year, there are more opportunities to watch football and make delicious Smirnoff cocktails than ever before over the holiday season. From Thanksgiving to Black Friday and Christmas, Smirnoff and the NFL are with you every step of the way. So this holiday season, when you are enjoying the game and your cocktails, please make sure to drink responsibly. Take a minute, make a plan, never drive impaired. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff number 21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anyone under legal drinking age.
Hey, it's Austin James. Yes, I'm living with diabetes, but it doesn't have to define me. Thanks to the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor, I get real-time glucose readings throughout the day. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor is small and easy to wear, giving me the freedom to focus on my life as a parent and a musician. Now this is progress. You can get a free sensor at freestylelibre.us.
Offer available for people who qualify. Visit myfreestyle.us to see all terms and conditions. Certain exclusions apply. Data on file. Abbott Diabetes Care. Per prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
Behind those cozy nights at home, thousands of employees at BP go to work every day. People producing more U.S. natural gas. People building grid-scale solar capacity. People turning landfill waste gas into pipeline-quality renewable natural gas. And people delivering all of that power where it's needed. They're part of the more than 300,000 jobs BP supports across the country. Learn more at bp.com/investing in America.
God bless football. Billy Gill.
God bless football, Mikey A.
God bless football, Stugotz.
Thank you, Mikey A. An exciting time in the world of football. We have the end of the regular season in the NFL. Some big games yesterday. 2 games, not 1, but 2 Monday Night Football games coming up tonight. And we have the college football playoff that gets underway this week. So a very exciting time, Billy.
We also had our national championship on Saturday. We're going to get to Lucy. She's in studio today. We're going to get to Lucy shortly for a national championship. Spoiler alert, a bit of a surprise in the national championship.
Yeah.
A little surprising, the results there.
It was.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But really, we all won, if we're going to be honest with you.
Yep. Both teams win. Everyone wins. Yes.
Stugotz, I think this is a good time to remind you that God Bless Football is presented by Smirnoff. We do game days. Please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. I have a lot of things to get to today.
Really?
If you want them, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have winners and losers presented by Smirnoff. I have my Billy's Big Board Bets brought to you by Bookie. And there's 2 games today, so you know what that means.
What?
We got a bonus board.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
2 boards?
We're getting 6 bets?
2 boards today. I'm not going to tell you how many bets. 2 boards today going on. We have my winners and losers, as you said.
Yes.
Mikey wants to play an edition of If the Season Ended Today.
Wow.
And we also have another quick edition of We Good?
Huh.
Because I feel like We Good has to be a quick game.
Where do you want to start, though, huh? I mean, so many games, so many things to get to. Billy's been railing the entire time before we got started here that the Raiders haven't named a starter yet. I mean, where do you want to start?
Well, here's the thing, right? There was a big game yesterday. There's arguably 2 big games yesterday that everybody was really excited about. One delivered. One was, it was fine. It was okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. This is what I'm thinking I'm going to do with winners and losers today. I'm thinking winners and losers we're going to weave in and out because I want to share my winners and losers as we're talking about the games. Because if I just go right off the bat to winners and losers right away, we're just going to be all over the place. We're not going to have any flow. We're not going to do anything.
Sure.
So I feel like the game that we should be talking about is Bills-Lions, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Like that was the game yesterday.
It was it was a great game yesterday. A lot of people questioning Dan Campbell, the onside kick with 10 minutes to go. They're down 10. I don't like the onside kick rule.
No.
I don't like the fact that you have to announce that you're doing an onside kick. Like, I'm okay if I get the spirit of the rule. I understand the safety of the rule. I get all of it, okay? But an onside kick is supposed to be element of surprise. And you have totally taken that out of the NFL. You have. I mean, what's the point of doing an onside kick when you have to tell the team you're doing an onside kick?
Is it crazy that, so he did the onside kick with like 12 minutes left in the game. Is it crazy that when it happened, I'm like, this kind of makes sense? Because like they just,
the defense is so
very
bad.
Dan Campbell.
They couldn't,
It's very Dan Campbell.
They couldn't stop the Bills whatsoever. The game felt like it had already gotten away from them, even though they were getting back into it and they were only down by 10. And also, Mac Hollins almost ran it back for a touchdown, which would have been great because I had Mac Hollins yesterday in our weekly fantasy contest presented by Smirnoff. Yeah. World's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. Yesterday, a bit of a revenge week for me. I guess I shouldn't say revenge week because the last 2 weeks I finished like last week I finished like 59th. And then yesterday, I believe I finished in like the 130s at the end of the thing. But here's what happened.
What?
Again, 2 weeks ago, finished 59th. Yesterday, I finished 139th. Here's the thing. I figured out a strategy. I figured out what works and what doesn't work in this league. I was also gifted 22 points by the Broncos. 22 points by your defense. You should be winning.
Yes.
Should be winning. Now, Derrick Henry, get me more than 6.7 points.
Huh.
If I'm going to be honest with you. Derrick Henry.
It's his fault.
Sure.
Horrific performance.
Yep.
Alan Lazard, 0 points. That's fine. He's Alan Lazard, and he was really like the cheap guy that you go and you get so that you can waste all your money on other players, right?
That guy.
But here's the thing. Mac Hollins,
Yes.
had he returned that touchdown. Oh,
Yeah.
Daddy would have been celebrating yesterday, I'm telling you right now, because he only got 1.7 points, but those like 6 points, they probably would have catapulted me like 50 points.
You know why
Well,
Derrick
Billy-
Henry struggled?
Why? Who's
Cut his
that?
hair.
He cut his hair. Yeah.
Oh, he
sure.
cut his hair. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
glad Mike Fuentes got that in. He gave it. He told us right before, and he said, "Don't go to me at all today. You can't go to me because we're a person down."
Yes.
So he's like, "I need to be cutting. I need to be doing these things during the show. Don't go to me at all." But I'm glad
Had to get the haircut thing in.
we had to
Right.
get
I was
that
aware of that.
haircut
No,
thing.
he was
Had to get
trying
it
to
in.
tell me through the glass without telling me that he got a haircut.
Yeah.
So he was using his
Was he
fingers
doing
as
this?
scissors. Yeah, he was doing one of those. So it was,
Finger scissors. Finger scissors.
Winners and losers presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. I thought that one of our winners was the audience because Mike Fuentes wasn't going to be able to talk today, but
Right.
he found a way. So losers, you, America.
Are we doing winners or losers now? I was just going to point out the Bills' offense in their last 3 games, 17 touchdowns, no turnovers, no sacks. The only team since 1970 to do that in 3 consecutive games. That is absurd. It's Josh Allen's time. I am here to announce it is Josh Allen's time.
Last week you said that he's not going to win anything because of Sean McDermott, and you also said that Patrick Mahomes is going to keep him from ever winning a Super Bowl.
This guy is so good, he can overcome Patrick Mahomes and his own head coach, Sean McDermott. How about that?
All right,
Yeah.
all right. This is what we're going to
Wow.
do. This is what we're going to do here.
What? It's
We're
his time, Billy.
We're going to do
Hold on, can I get my loser in because Fuentes
Well,
totally
hold-
jumped
We
didn't
on
do
that
anything. We
with
didn't
his
start
Mac
anything
Hollins.
yet.
I'm glad. Hold on a second.
Jesus.
Let's get control of this situation, Billy. Winners and losers is presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. I have 2 applicable winners/losers from this Bills and Lions game, and it sounds like Mikey A may have one as well, and I think Stugotz just gave us one. I'm going to give you a winner real quick, Mikey,
Okay.
and then we'll go to you,
Sure.
and then I'll go to kind of a confusing situation in my head, which is going to be more confusing for all of you, because normally things make sense in my head and still don't make sense out loud. So,
Sure.
big winner from yesterday's game, the Bills and Lions. Winners and losers presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1
I
vodka.
got it.
Winner,
Yeah.
the Detroit Lions.
Uh-huh.
Finally got that much-needed loss. They now have that chip on their shoulder. They have adversity that they have set up for a potential Super Bowl revenge game.
Yes.
Winners in that game, the Detroit Lions.
Not the Bills who won the game, the losers.
Correct.
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah, I
They
like it.
needed
Yes.
a win. They needed a
Yes.
loss, and this was the loss that they needed to
Yes.
the Bills.
Yes.
Not a dumb ticky-tacky loss against a team like the Bears or something. This is the game that they needed to lose, and they lost it. Mikey?
My loser is me, but I wasn't going because of this game. I was going because of the other game, the game presented by Smirnoff, our weekly fantasy.
Yeah.
Because I finished in 510th place, and I'm pretty sure only 500 people participate.
Oh.
It was 5-11,
We
actually.
we start 9 positions. I have 8 of them have the snowflake. I scored 53 points.
53. Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know it was possible.
Yeah.
So Next week, big bounce back week.
5'11" is impressive. Yeah, so Mikey's right. This is what happens. I see that 511 people registered. You finished 510th. And
510th.
The leaderboard only shows the top 500, so I can't even see what the person in last place could have theoretically just not submitted a roster, like reserved the spot, not submitted a roster, and they are the only person that finished behind you.
I have a winner, Billy.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Nick Sirianni.
Wow.
I mean, all the criticism that everyone calls Mike Tomlin the greatest head coach. He's won one Super Bowl.
Hold on a second.
What?
We're jumping from game to game. This was I was trying to tell you we're getting this under control here.
Jesus. Okay. I mean, there's a lot going on. I'm trying to get it all in.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
I'm erasing that. I forgot that you said Nick Sirianni.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have another winner or
Everyone
loser
else forget that
from this game, and this is the dilemma. I don't know if this person is a winner or a loser.
Okay.
It is Jared Goff, 494 passing yards, 5 touchdowns.
Winner.
Not sure if he's a winner or a loser.
Winner.
You would think
5
he's a
touchdowns,
winner.
no interceptions, only quarterback to lose that game. When you put up those stats, he's the only quarterback in NFL history to lose.
Okay, now here's why I would tell you that he's a loser.
Right.
Because after that game and after that performance, people are doubling down on, Josh Allen is the MVP of the league. No one is even talking about what Jared Goff did in yesterday's game.
No,
and
but
it's
I like that.
pretty incredible.
Yeah, but that's why he's a winner to me, because not only are the Lions winners by losing, Dan Campbell gets to hit the reset button, and now no one is talking about Jared Goff. And I like that. That's why I wanted the Lions to lose. Now they could fly under the radar just a little bit.
Yeah, but
you know?
everyone should be talking about Jared Goff almost having 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, and no one is talking about him. And Jared Goff is also a question mark of like, how's Jared Goff going to keep you in one of these games? Is Jared Goff going to excel when he needs to pass? He needs to pass the entire game, has almost 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. No one's talking about him.
But what I'm saying is that's a good thing for Jared Goff. Let him talk about Jordan Love. Let him talk about the other quarterbacks in the NFC. Let them shower Josh Allen with praise. I gave you the numbers. 17 touchdowns, no turnovers, no sacks over the last 3 games. He's going to win the MVP. Let them talk about every other quarterback. This is why the Lions needed that loss desperately.
Okay, so for the record, we have Jared Goff down as a winner. I'm going to put down winner.
Yeah, winner.
I was confused, winner or
You were
loser?
asking us. Yeah, winner.
By the way,
I love that Stugotz keeps saying they keep doing all this when he really means me, because he's the one doing it. And Jared Goff has now lost a game where he threw 5 touchdowns and won a game where he threw 5 interceptions.
That's football.
Correct.
That's a winner to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a winner to me.
Yep.
All right, so by the way, if you want to participate in winners and losers, you can tweet at us. Just tag any of us and say, is Jared Goff a winner or a loser?
Can I go back to
winner or loser?
Can I give you a loser now?
Yeah, let's go.
I can?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Or a winner? Can I give you a winner?
Well, you haven't given us either yet.
I'm going to give you a winner first. Nick Sirianni.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles head coach.
Wow.
Everyone talks about Mike Tomlin.
First time
Everyone
hearing
talks
this.
about Tomlin, greatest head coach in the history of head coaches. He's won 1 Super Bowl. Nick Sirianni undressed Mike Tomlin yesterday.
Well, Nick Sirianni's also only won 1 Super Bowl.
Well, no, he hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Oh,
he's been to a
1-0.
Super Bowl, but he almost beat the Chiefs, which is as good as winning a Super Bowl.
No.
Almost beating the Chiefs in a Super Bowl is as good as winning a Super Bowl against another team. How about that?
Wow.
That makes no sense. Billy is wondering what I'm saying here.
I am, because you discounted him winning a Super Bowl to Nick Sirianni, who choked in a Super Bowl, and I honestly forgot. I was like, yeah, Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
Because he should be.
Sure.
People think he should be fired. They've won 10 straight, franchise record.
They've won 10 straight. I believe his career record is like 45-19 or something like that.
Yeah, but he just looks like someone that should be fired.
Does he?
Yeah, he gives off "you should be fired" vibes, right?
He does, yeah.
I see that.
He also gives.
You're right,
off,
Billy.
He also
He
gives.
does.
I
He
see
also
that.
gives off like boss that fires you on Christmas vibes, right? He's like, not my fault, and then he takes your bonus.
Is that what he does?
And because we let you go before the new year, you're not entitled to a bonus. Sorry.
No, and it's mine now. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that? I mean, is that's probably mean to say. I didn't say that.
You did say
You
it.
guys said that.
No, you said it, Billy.
This game was dangerously close. By the way, big situation in that game. That game was one of the games that we thought, like, wow, this is going to be one of the games of the weekends, and it ended up not really kind of living up to it.
I will tell you, 425 though. First half, those 2 games split screened.
Yeah.
It was heavenly.
Yeah, but Bills
Yes.
Lions lived up to it. Steelers Eagles didn't. Also, kind of concerning. TJ Watt left the game with a lower ankle injury, so we
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
have to pay attention to that. See what's going on.
Well,
there.
about Mahomes? He left the game with an injury.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes left the
MRI is
game.
negative. Yeah.
Well, and Nick Chubb also left that game with a broken foot. If we're just doing an injury roundup. Nick Chubb broke his foot on that game. And the thing about Patrick Mahomes that's concerning, also injury roundup, Tommy DeVito got a concussion and Alvin Kamara left the game with an injured groin after making an incredible touchdown catch. That is the injury roundup presented by Smirnoff. It's not presented by Smirnoff, but everything is, so we might as well present it by
When did we
Smirnoff
start doing an injury roundup?
Well, we were talking about an injury, and then you just started throwing out injuries, so I figured I'd give you all the injury
talking about injuries that people care about.
Yeah.
No one cares about Tommy DeVito or Alvin Kamara.
Well, here's the thing.
Fantasy playoffs, yes.
Here's the thing. I almost had Tommy DeVito. I almost had Tommy DeVito in an interception parlay that I was going to put in yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, an interception parlay. It was going to be Jameis Winston, Will Levis, Baker Mayfield, and Tommy DeVito. Interception parlay. All of them hit except Tommy DeVito, and it's because he got a concussion. Here's the thing about Patrick Mahomes.
That sounds like a fun parlay.
It was going to be a fun one. It was going to be a fun one. It was just a three.
I wish I participated.
Tommy DeVito was the last one that was going to be added in there.
Right.
Yeah. Didn't get it in before the game started, though. So here's the thing about Patrick Mahomes that is slightly concerning, I guess, if you're a Chiefs fan. One is the fact that he's injured. Two is that the Chiefs play, I believe, 3 games in 13 days. So they had yesterday. They have, and here is one of my final winners and losers of this week, presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Winner, us, because you know what happens this weekend?
What?
The return of Saturday games.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, and boy, do we have some good ones. We have Texans and Chiefs, and we have Steelers and Ravens.
Yes.
In our Saturday games this weekend. Now, the Chiefs will likely be, I would think, without Patrick Mahomes as a result of the injury. They have 3 games in 13 days. They had yesterday's game, they have Saturday's game, and then they have a Christmas Wednesday game.
Right.
So we have a situation where Chiefs could drop 2 straight games and lose a bye if Patrick Mahomes doesn't get healthy quick, because you have Carson Wentz who's going to come in here, and Chiefs, they won by 14 points, but it wasn't like a super impressive victory yesterday.
That's how they've been winning all year, though. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but the Browns turned the ball over like 6 times.
Well, that's what Jameis does.
You can't plan for that.
No, but I'm saying the Bills, even with that impressive win yesterday, the Bills who lost last weekend, the weekend before, they're 2 games back in the loss column. So we're talking about the Chiefs having to lose, a couple of games, which I don't think they're going to do, by the way.
They could do it in the next 2 weeks. They could lose those 2 games in like the next 10 days.
I mean, the Texans were not that impressive. Yeah, they could beat the Texans at home with Carson Wentz. They can.
That's Carson Wentz though.
I know, but
Texans didn't look good yesterday.
They did not.
Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
And Spags.
Yeah, Spags.
Spags has had a bit of a roller coaster year this year, huh?
He's the MVP.
Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely not, but okay. If you want to say that, okay.
All right, we do not ignore college football here on God Bless Football. Lucy in studio. Next.
Do you love sports betting but wish you could get that extra edge? You have to check this out. Masterclass just dropped BetSmart, top sports betting strategies. A game-changing course taught by pros who've made millions. Learn directly from Nick Costos, Captain Jack Andrews, and Joe Fortenbaugh as they share the insider secrets on managing your bankroll, spotting hidden edges, and avoiding those rookie mistakes that could cost you big. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your bets to the next level, this course is packed with tips that can change the game. I'm a big fan of prop bets. Hearing Joe Fortenbaugh break down the backstory of his prop bet of Pink's national anthem during the 2018 Super Bowl gave me a thrill to continue prop betting. You always aim for the anthem to come in the under. Forget that lucky jersey or the assigned seating on game day. Learn from sharps who meticulously manage risk and evaluate data when making decisions on where and when to wager their money. Masterclass always has great offers during the holidays, sometimes up to as much as 50% off. Head over to masterclass.com/GBF for the current offer. That's up to 50% off at masterclass.com/GBF. Masterclass.com/GBF. And remember, all sports betting involves risk. You are responsible for complying with all sports betting laws in your jurisdiction.
Stugotz.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
Guess who's here?
Who?
Lucy. She's right next to you.
I know. Well, why'd you play a guessing game? I mean,
well, I wasn't sure if you. Yeah, and I also didn't know if like the audience could see her or not. Even though we said Lucy's gonna be here in person. Hey, Lucy, there's one college game. Why are you here?
I don't know. I really have no idea. I thought I had the weekend off. I thought I had the week off.
No, there's lots of college news to get to. There was only one college game. It was our national championship. We've said many times.
Yes.
Thank you for your service to the Army and the Navy, even though the Navy.
TYFYS.
What a disservice they did to the Army. The Army's having such a good year. You could have argued they should be in the playoff, and then the Navy said, nope, not on our watch.
That was it's one of those games where it's like very Michigan, Ohio State in the sense like really doesn't matter how you've been playing up until that point. It's just a rivalry that means so much more. But like, holy shit, Blake Horvath, you didn't have to do all that. You didn't have to do that to him. That might have been disrespectful. But yeah, it was a good game. Like, I think I heard the broadcasters be like, this is the first time in 5 years they've scored over 20 points. We were like, oh my God, like that's crazy. Said that we're going too far, Army Navy. We need to slow down. This is changing times. I need something to stay steady.
So, Lucy, we were talking right before we came back on air here, and we were discussing what a great day Saturday is because you have 3 college football playoff games. You have Indiana, Notre Dame on Friday night. Then you have the 3 remaining games opening round, plus you have 2 NFL games. And you made the comment that you're not certain how you feel about college going up against the NFL.
Oh, I'm certain how I feel, and I don't like it. I don't like it even a little bit.
Right.
I just think that when you're doing the first round of the playoff at home sites,
yes,
like maybe don't go up against the giant that's the NFL.
Well,
like,
it's not their fault. The NFL
it's
is
the
infringing
NFL's
here,
fault.
if we're going to be honest with you.
Because it's Saturday, and that's our day. That is not your day. You have a day. You have a million days. So I don't love that just because I think it's going to take away from like what this entire just like season has come to, what the entire last 150 years of college football has come to. First round of the 12-team playoff, and I have to compete with the NFL.
I would say that the NFL, they've been doing the Saturday games mid-December.
Doesn't belong to them.
No, because the college season is usually done by this point.
And you should have said, hey, thank you, college football, for giving us your talent, for letting us take them eventually. We understand that you have paved the way. We'll take a step back, and we'll just do what we already do.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep our normal day.
You say NFL, you're going to have Wednesday in a couple weeks. Like,
yeah, you have all the days.
Exactly right.
You
Let's calm down a little bit.
You already took Christmas.
Yeah, from the NBA.
Right.
Why do you need Saturday from us? Even though a segment ago I was praising that Saturday NFL games are back. I'm really excited about that.
Disagree.
But hey,
why can't we have both though, Billy? Like, why can't we be excited for the fact that we have 2 good NFL games? You have Ravens and Steelers, Chiefs and Texans, and you have the 3 college football games. Like, why can't we have it all?
I mean, we can't have it all.
I'll be watching it all.
Yeah, I'm look, sharing is caring. I'm perfectly fine with us having it all on the same day. Like, don't look at me. This is a Lucy problem. Not to point fingers, but it's a Lucy situation. By the way, the college football playoff starts on Friday.
I know.
Which you're stealing from high school football if we're going to really be pointing fingers here, Lucy.
Oh,
Thank you for the talent, high school.
You know
more money than
we're
high
all
school
watching
football.
high school football on ESPN Plus or wherever it is. It's on these days.
I love Texas high school football. That's my actual top priority. But
So
wait, their season's over now, so I don't feel bad
It is
about
state
stealing
championship time.
Right, but your season's usually over. I mean,
No,
this is bowl season.
Look,
I know, but no one cares about those bowls.
Oh, how dare you, sir?
That is so disrespectful because guess what? If this had been a year ago, we would spend our Saturdays watching the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, and it would have been awesome.
Right.
I'll have you know, Stugotz, that everyone still very much cares about the bowls, which is why Marshall pulled out of the bowls because half of their team transferred out of the school, and then Army, who's playing in the Independence Bowl, because obviously Army's playing in the Independence Bowl. Where else would they be playing?
Yes.
They wouldn't have had a bowl game, but hey, 5-7 Louisiana Tech fills in, so boom, Independence Bowl is back on. That's crazy.
No,
that Marshall's entire team transferring. We don't have a team. We can't play this game.
So they won the Sun Belt, went 10-3, and then immediately their coach was like, "I'm out. I'm going to Southern Mississippi." And then the whole team also was like, "Hey, we're leaving. We have no one left." They had to opt out of this bowl game, which I know that Army kind of got their shit rocked by Navy this week, but Army's a good football team that deserved the chance to play another good football team in a bowl game. I think Army would have wanted to play a 10-3 team rather than a 5-7 team. And so it's just this very weird sort of okay, clearly we have some issues we have to address within the sport if an entire team is transferring. You also have something kind of similar with Penn State's backup quarterback has entered the portal, so he's not going to be a part of the playoff at all. He won't be traveling with Penn State. He's entering the portal right now.
Wow.
And Lane Kiffin talked about it earlier this week about how the system is set up so poorly where I have to prep for my bowl game right now, but I also have to like be very active in the transfer portal. So I think they're going to end up changing those windows.
That is crazy. Like, what if Penn State's starting quarterback gets hurt?
Exactly. But also at the same time, you're like, well, this kid's going to want to, like, Drew Aller is clearly the future of Penn State football. Like, he probably wants a starting job somewhere. We'd love to have you at Iowa. Come on down. But, like, you don't want to miss out on that opportunity, but also, like, in the day and age where the transfer portal moves so quickly and quarterbacks and are pretty much already knowing where they're going to go, like, you need to have the ability to be in that space earlier. They just are going to have to change the windows because I think it's too difficult for coaches and players.
Well, that's the thing. Changing the window till after the bowl season seems like it makes the most sense because you're in a situation where a lot of the teams that weren't bowl eligible, which Louisiana Tech was not, they were 5-7. They are already off campus. They've left. They're not practicing anymore. So there was a situation where there was a question as to whether or not they were going to even find a team to play Army. They may have had to cancel that bowl. It seems like you got to change the window so that half your teams are not gone or players aren't gone from half your teams.
No, it's the whole thing. The system just seems to be – there's so much about college football that's just incredibly broken, and this is just one of the small parts of it. But, like, I don't know if you're ever going to see anything like what we saw with Marshall. I guess you probably will now that the system is changing where a whole team opted out. A whole team transferred. They left. And they didn't leave after a bad season. They left after a great season. It's crazy.
Lucy, we all watch college football on TV. We occasionally go to the game, but you're in the ruckus. So I want to get your opinion on what Ohio State. I love a good ruckus.
Yeah.
Ohio Representative Josh Williams is trying to do, which is to make flag planting a felony.
Oh, God, that's so stupid. That's the dumbest. It's like, also, Ohio, they're just going through some weird things right now. The loss to Michigan has, like, pushed them over the edge. Like, that is a very, like, unwell fan base. It's an unwell state right now. Everything is just off. Yeah, making it a felony, that's just, like, the biggest, like, oh, you already lost, and you already had that whole issue with the flag painting and the pepper spray and what happened to Rose and all these things, and you're just making it look dumber.
That's on the top of everyone's list, is what happened to Rose.
You're just, like, making the situation so much worse. And, like, it's so funny, too. One of my favorite parts about the college football playoff selection show, which I don't have many of them because why are we talking about this for 4 hours? Let's get to the point, was Kirk Herbstreit coming out and being like, Ohio State is hosting a home playoff game, and I know for a fact their fans are going to boo their own team because they're so mad. Their fans are going to be booing their own team and their own coaches.
Can I ask you a question before we get to previewing the playoffs this weekend, which we kind of did already? The Heisman happened on Saturday.
It did.
We're not talking about it, and there seemed to be somewhat of outrage with Travis Hunter winning over Ashton Genty.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about his girlfriend. There seems to be a lot of outrage with his girlfriend.
Listen.
What happened with the girlfriend?
I don't want to get involved in that situation, but look, we've on the record, I love love. I've stated before, I love love.
You're on the record.
On the record.
Okay.
I love love.
Right.
However, I've had now a number of incidents where it seems as though this might not work out.
No, I don't want to comment.
I'm not. I love. Just,
I will comment
on the front end.
it.
I love love. Just say that, and then you should be fine. Unless you don't love love.
Wait, they're engaged.
Hold on.
Engaged.
Yeah, we need to get Lucy on the record of how she feels about love.
Right. I think love is overrated. You love love. Yes.
I love love. You think it's overrated?
Yes.
My parents are divorced.
So love's not for you.
Love is dead.
Love is dead. Okay,
love is
good.
dead.
All right, good. We have
overrated.
A wide spectrum of love here. I don't know why I'm writing this down, but I'm going to put where we all are on the spectrum here. I love it. I love love here, and then Stugotz thinks it's overrated, and then Lucy says it's dead. So Lucy's is probably, I guess, even further.
Well, what about Mikey A? Mikey A, how do you feel about love?
Oh, big thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah, okay, good
I
for
think
Mikey.
he loves love. No one gives a thumbs up. I mean,
I didn't give a smile.
And no one says I'm out of here. I'm off to Southern Mississippi. No one says it.
Yeah. All right. So if I'm going to be honest with you, I just say I love love, so then I can say negative things about love. Love's fine. So we'll put Mikey loves love the most.
Do you love love
me
or is love fine?
Most.
I mean, those are two very different things.
Well, you say it's overrated, and
I
Lucy
do.
says it's dead, which is very sad.
Yes.
Yeah,
anyway, so Stugotz, you don't know about the situation. There's been a number of incidents between Travis Hunter and his girlfriend where it seems like...
Fiancé, I believe,
yes,
actually.
fiancé,
which that
correct.
was jarring to learn.
Yeah, they don't seem to be on the same page.
They don't.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, he was celebrating a big win, and she seemed upset with the fact that he was celebrating the win. I think cheerleaders may have been involved, but I'm not 100% sure on that situation.
It was like after senior day or something, and he was like trying to go over to celebrate with her, and she was just having absolutely none of it.
Yeah.
And then, so this weekend at the Heisman ceremony, after he won, So he gets up. He's obviously very emotional and very well deserving of the Heisman. I understand why he won. I would have voted for Ashton Genty, but I don't have a vote because no one believes in me, and love is dead. And so, but Travis Hunter, so he gets up to celebrate, and Dion and his mom and Shador, they're all standing up. Dion's like crying almost, like he's so happy.
Yes.
And his fiance is just sitting there, and Dion has to nudge her to stand up because she didn't stand up. So he goes, gives her a hug, immediately sits back down. Everyone else is still celebrating. And we're like, oh, okay, whatever. I didn't think much of it. And then the next day, Travis signed with Adidas. And so he was at like an Adidas event, which, congratulations, set for life, well-deserved. And he's doing like fan pictures.
It was a fan event that he was scheduled to be at.
And she's sitting there, and as someone's taking the picture, you can hear her be like, what am I supposed to do, just sit here the whole time? And I said, oh, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
He just won the Heisman. Be nice to him.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. It's his moment, not yours.
It's a little, it's concerning. And again, I love, even though a minute ago I told you I was like, I don't, but I love.
Well, love is fine, I thought.
Love is blind. I'm also a little like, I don't know. Kids, I hope this one works out for the two of you, but I'm starting to see a little bit of red flags here.
Oh, yeah. But
not to point any fingers. I'm not going to blame anyone in this relationship. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's her. I don't know who it is. Just, we're not aligned here, it would seem.
But congrats on the Heisman, though.
Yeah, congrats on the Heisman.
Right.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne was there.
I have some Lucy's or Goosey's for you, if you'd like.
Yes.
Oh.
And it relates to the Heisman Trophy, as a matter of fact. So, Lucy or Goosey, you agree with Ashton Genty when he says he should have walked out of that place with the trophy?
I agree. Ashton Genty has had the best season a running back has had since Barry Sanders.
Yep.
And I also think it's important to note that he was like 100-something yards off of breaking his single-season record. Ashton Genty sat out 8 quarters this year because Boise State was beating their opponents so bad. So, you could very reasonably say that if he had played full games, he would have broken that record. And I understand it's different times. It doesn't take anything away from what Barry Sanders did. But, he's had the best season a running back in college football has had in an insanely long time. And if you look at his numbers compared to, Derrick Henry when he won the Heisman, Ashton Genty has had a better season. He just had the misfortune of having this season the same year. There's a generational two-way player, which we also have not seen in a very long time. So, I'm not upset by any means that the Heisman went to Travis Hunter, but I would have voted for Ashton Genty.
Lucy or Goosey, regardless of what Indiana does here in the playoff, they'll be looking for a new head coach next year.
I am going to say Goosey on that, unless something crazy happens and Tennessee just whomps Ohio State and they're like, fine, we're going to do it. Ryan Day, we're pulling the plug. I don't see any job opening up with the exception of LSU or Ohio State in the definitely not right now, but in the near future that I think Kurt Cignetti would leave for. And the only reason I say LSU is because I just think he's got Go Tiger vibes.
Do you think that Ohio State losing in the first round is the only way they'd get rid of Ryan Day?
No, I don't think so.
My next one, Billy.
I think it really depends on if you lose on a a game-winning field goal or something, that's not worth firing a coach that has one of the highest winning percentages in college football. I do understand that, coming off the Michigan loss, fans are kind of ready for a change. If you get, your wrecked against Tennessee, if Tennessee goes off, which, by the way, Tennessee does not have that phenomenal of an offense. If Tennessee really, makes a statement against Ohio State, then I could see them firing Ryan Day. I just don't think it's going to happen because it's genuinely so unreasonable.
I meant more so if they win this game and then they get wrecked by Oregon, or they just lose a close game to Oregon.
I don't think they're going to fire Ryan Day. Because if you advance to the second round of the playoff, that's still incredibly impressive. Right. You're one of the 8 best teams in college football. I just think the only thing that I'm going to push back on myself for is that we have to remember this isn't a rational bunch. Mm-hmm. This isn't a bunch that's thinking clearly. Sure. They're trying to implement laws to ban flag planting.
Yeah. Right.
They're not thinking straight right now.
Yeah.
The AD did come out and say that Ryan Day would absolutely be back, regardless of what happens here.
That's what you always say.
Yeah,
you're not buying it?
No, you never say you're coaching for your job. Never say that.
Buying or not buying, new game. I like it.
It's also never a good sign when the AD has to say, yeah, he's coming back. Yeah, he's coming back.
Has to go out of his way, right?
Which is crazy.
Which is insane. It's a 10-win team.
We're one of 12 teams remaining. Yeah. My coach will be back.
It's every time you have to announce that, you're always in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm. You are. If Bill Belichick, Lucy or Goosey, if Bill Belichick stays at UNC for 5 years, they'll win a national championship.
Sorry.
Goosey?
I go Lucy. I mean,
Well, the big thing is like if Bill Belichick stays for 5 years, let's just know.
Did you see Bill Belichick has a buyout that could? It's like
it's $1 million. I believe so. I don't know if I may have gotten like interneted on this, but I believe his buyout drops from like $10 million to $1 million. Yes. In June 2025, before coaching a single game.
But you guys understand, for the purpose of Lucy or Goosey, I had to position it that way, okay? If he stays at UNC for 5 years.
I think it's Goosey. I am not the world's biggest fan of this hire. I think they're very much trying to do what Colorado has done, but with someone who does not have the personality to appeal to college kids.
Right.
I just think that this is more of a move to make the press conference hire, to make the flashy hire, which is not a bad move because I'm assuming UNC's NIL donations are up. I'm assuming donations to the football program are up. Like, I think this is a move to make money, make headlines, potentially get some viewership numbers, especially because like UNC is I would say the hottest commodity in the ACC right now when it comes to like the potential future of conference realignment. Everyone wants UNC.
Could you imagine? So he comes in, he raises $75 million. An NFL team is like, you know what? We need Bill. And then he leaves. $1 million buyout, but he raised $75 million for a school he never coaches for.
See, like, that's not, like, the worst plan in the world.
He leaves it to his son, though, I mean.
But also, like...
Wait, hold on. Should his son get the team if he never coaches a game? Because I feel like no.
His son shouldn't get the team, period, okay?
If he coaches for 5 years.
I've been here, okay? I can tell you what it's like. You don't want sons involved with your football team. It's a bad thing.
I'm with Billy, though. He has to coach at least a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a game.
Yeah, no, you
can't.
Right. No, it's, look, I don't know.
How about, like, I know this isn't college, but Stugotz, you see the rumors that Bill Belichick was poking around the Jets?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The audacity.
Audacity?
Of Bill Belichick.
Why?
I mean, he resigned on a napkin.
You would have taken him in a heartbeat.
I would have.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Shut up, Mikey. You would have. You 100% would have.
We don't need Bill Belichick.
You want him to re-sign Kyle Ubrick? Get out of here. Jeff Ubrick, whatever his name is.
I want a young coach. I do.
Why did they call him Kyle?
I don't know. It should be a Kyle, though, in fairness to you.
Anyways.
Lucy or Goosey, SMU could upset Penn State.
I'm going to go Lucy. I don't think they will, though. I think this game being in Happy Valley makes all the difference, and not only just because their fans are phenomenal. That's a great place to play. State College in late December is no joke. And SMU, they're not familiar with that in Dallas. Like, you have one freakishly cold day a year and the whole state shuts down.
Yes.
I just think that Penn State, I was so impressed with them at the Big Ten Championship game. I was shocked by how well they moved the ball, how easy they were able to score. Drew Aller looked really, really good. I think Penn State's clicking right now, and I also think it helps Penn State looking at the playoff and knowing they probably have the best draw out of anybody, SMU, and then they'll go play Boise State after. I have to be feeling pretty confident if I'm Penn State right now, but then I remember, oh no, James Franklin's my head coach, and that goes down a little bit, but I don't think SMU will win, but I'm sure anybody can win. It's the 12 best teams in college football.
No. When you were at Happy Valley, it was the Ohio State game, I believe. They were pissed off because they were playing at noon. This is a noon scheduled.
They
kickoff.
don't like noon games.
Yeah.
I wish it was a night game. That is a atmosphere, a stadium, a fan base that deserves night games. It is really, really just one of the best venues in college football, and their fans are electric. I think though that the fact that it's not Ohio State is going to make them more excited. I think there's always like a sort of like a weird vibe in the air when Ohio State is there.
They deserve night games. However, on this Saturday slate, they deserve the noon kickoff.
Yeah, well, they got it. You know, that's the matchup that everyone was like, oh, okay. But it's still at the same time.
Oh, it's cute. SMU is in.
We're saying, oh, okay. They're still these are the 12 best teams in college football. Like, there's still something to be excited about.
Is Le Batard getting you into Texas this week or what?
Lucy, fingers crossed.
Where are you going?
She wants to go to Texas.
You don't
I really
know?
want to go to Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Texas doesn't really want me there that much, but I think that my personality and my good vibes will change the mind.
I can call Chris Sims. I can ask Ricky Williams. I mean, I'm happy to do that. But but Dan's on it. Like, Dan's on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot of pull in Austin.
Lucy chose Dan. She didn't choose me. If you come to me, listen, COB today. If you come to me, I will get it done.
Okay.
If you want to rely on Dan, that's your
he's not
choice,
gonna
but
get
I
it.
will actually get it done. All right?
I'll put you guys in a group chat.
All right.
Wow.
And by me, I mean Major Applewhite will get it done. Lucy, thank you. Thank you for sharing your college football Saturday with the NFL. They appreciate it very much. I'm sorry. I know it hurts you. It does.
Disrespectful.
You want the day all to yourself.
It's my day.
You're not going to get it. The NFL rules. All right. Thank you, Lucy. We appreciate it. Coming up next, if the season ended today.
Lucy's just walking away. Bye, Lucy.
See you, Luce. Stugotz here. Right now, my friends over at Simply Safe, they are extending their Black Friday deal for our God Bless Football listeners. Simply Safe is the home security I trust to keep my home and family safe. I've been telling you that for years now. This is your last chance to protect your home at Simply Safe's lowest prices of the year. Simply Safe is a new way to protect your home that stops intruders before they break into your home. Old school systems only take action once someone is already inside your home. That's too late. Simply Safe's Active Guard outdoor protection changes the game by preventing crime before it even happens. Simply Safe is extending its massive Black Friday deal for our listeners this week only. You can take 50% off any new system with a select professional monitoring plan. This is your last chance to claim their best offer of the year. Head to simplysafe.com/GBF to claim your discount and make sure your home is safe this holiday season. Don't wait. This offer won't last long. Keep your home, your family, and your peace of mind protected with Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Billy.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Why?
We have not one, but two Monday Night Football games tonight. That means not one, but two big boards are in the studio right now.
Yeah.
You're on fire, but we also have two games to play.
Yeah. What games?
If the season ended today and we good,
Yeah.
which one would you like to play first, Billy?
I think so. We did some NFL the first segment. We did a lot of college the last segment, but there's a lot of NFL we haven't gotten to yet. So I feel like it's a good time to play We Good.
Let's do it.
All right. So first We Good here, and you guys may disagree with some of these. So
Okay.
Jets beat the Jaguars 32-25. We good?
I'm not good.
No. You want to talk about this game?
Well, I wanted a loss.
Well-
Aaron looked good. Devontae Adams looked good. I want them back next year.
Devontae Adams looked great. Second half, he looked great.
He
First
looked
half,
great.
yeah.
Yes. That's a bad loss, though. I can't the Jets should be in must-lose mode right now, and they're not. And here's the problem, Mikey. They have a quarterback who is trying to prove to that organization and every other organization, hey, I could still do it. So you're in must-lose mode with a quarterback who's trying to win.
Okay.
You know?
Let's refresh the rules of We Good. So the rules of We Good aren't how do you feel? The rules of We Good are basically like, yeah, we just skip over this game. Not a big game.
Okay,
not really an
I'm
important
sorry.
game.
I had an opinion. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we weren't good on that one. Jets.
Well, if
32
we're not
totals.
good, then we have to give our opinion.
Well, what's your opinion, Mikey? I tried to sneak the Jets.
Kind of what
past.
Stugotz said, but the
Yeah.
opposite.
Okay.
I
so-
like that they won.
So not at all what Stugotz said. It can't kind of be what
Yeah.
he said and then the opposite.
We good.
Well, the same top.
All right,
Same
Bengals
top.
37, Titans 27. We good?
I'm good.
Mikey?
We good.
All right, here's the one thing that I will say. We good, but here's the one thing that I'll say. This is the last of my winners and losers presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly. Loser, and it's a two-part loser.
Wow.
Two different games.
Really?
Losers, Jordan Battle and Jonathan Taylor. Both players somehow dropped the ball before they entered the end zone, and those TDs turned into touchbacks. 2 times, one day. Not sure how it happened. Bengals 37, Titans 27. We good.
We good.
That's it for that game.
Couple of losers cutting it up. Jesus.
Ravens 35, Giants 14. We good?
I'm good.
Mikey, you
I'm
good?
good.
Yeah, that
We're
game.
good.
Tommy DeVito concussion. Lamar Jackson had an incredible game. 290 yards, 5 touchdowns. Lost a fumble.
Derrick
but
Henry
who
didn't.
cares?
No.
Weird.
Dude, Derrick Henry we don't need to.
Haircut.
We good.
Yeah.
We good. We good. We good.
Right.
Patriots 17, Cardinals 30.
Fingers.
Kyler Murray checked out for a concussion for a little, well, head injury, I should say, because he returned to the game, so it wasn't a concussion. We good?
I'm good.
Mikey?
Yeah, I'm good.
All
yeah,
right, look at that. We're flying by. Sometimes there's a fight put up in some of these games,
No, I'm
but
good
this
with
one,
that.
you're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm good.
Buccaneers 40, Chargers 17. We good?
I love Baker Mayfield.
Baker.
That's all I have for you.
Baker's a fun watch, but also probably not good enough to win you anything substantial.
I mean, they're in first place in the NFC South.
But,
I mean,
that's going to travel.
I'm not good there.
Really?
I'm not good.
Okay.
I'm not good.
Billy, I don't know. Billy, they're 5-2 on the road. It might travel. I mean,
not in the playoffs. What are you not good about?
Listen, you'll find out when we get to if the season ended today.
Okay.
That game, major implications.
Major
Things moved.
implications.
Things moved.
Billy, they beat the Lions on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that's an anomaly. Don't
You're
worry
right.
about that situation.
Do it in the playoffs. You're right.
Broncos 31, Colts 13. We good? That was a big game for AFC playoff implications.
Those are both big games.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm not trying to get rid of them, but we're, 40 minutes into the show. We haven't even addressed them yet. So we good? I mean, was it that important?
It was important.
Yeah,
it was.
But we good?
I'm not good.
But really?
I'm so surprised at how good Bo Nix is at the NFL level.
He was not good yesterday.
I know, but just
and
in
how
general,
bad Anthony Richardson is.
and how bad he is. But Bo Nix is good enough, Billy. Like with Sean Payton as the coach and that defense, like I'm surprised
he
the
had
Broncos.
3 interceptions yesterday.
I'm surprised the Broncos are this good. That's all I'm saying.
But
Bo Nix has done plenty of good things and helped them win games this year.
their defense won the game yesterday.
I understand that, but I'm saying I'm just surprised. I'm not good only from this standpoint. I did not expect the Broncos to be this good this late in the season.
Okay, if Anthony Richardson was not quarterbacking the Colts, I don't think the Broncos would have won the game. Fair or unfair?
Did you see that trick play that didn't trick anyone? Did you see that play?
Yeah, that didn't. It counts as a fumble.
The pass to Joel Bitonio?
Yeah, it counts as a fumble instead of an interception because it was a backwards pass.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, what are we doing?
I don't know.
What are we doing there?
I don't know what we're doing.
It's just whatever. Well, anyways.
But Denver is sitting at, 9-5? I mean,
Denver's sitting pretty. Yesterday's Chargers loss, honestly, made the AFC playoff picture more interesting, and the fact that the Bengals are still kind of hanging in there.
Yeah.
Even though they're not really, but they kind of are. But
why are you saying it
not
like
really.
that? Right, okay.
Because they're not.
That's how you
they
say
kind
these
of.
things. I get it.
Kind of are. Hey, Cowboys 30, Panthers 14. We good?
Yeah.
We good.
Yep, we're
Yeah.
good.
We good.
Yep, we're good.
I'm surprised that the Cowboys actually blew out the Panthers. Panthers have been keeping it close.
That was the first time the Panthers have been favored in a football game in 32 games.
Yeah, I mean, then they did the Panthers thing. We good. Commanders 20, Saints 19. This is a fun game that we haven't talked about yet. So we good? Because I'm going to say no, we're not good.
Okay, go ahead. Because you want to talk about it.
No.
It's not that I want to talk about it. It's I feel like there's things to talk about in this game that we haven't talked about yet, which is interesting.
Right.
So you have the end of the game, which was completely crazy, where the Saints are driving. They then stop the ball. They get down to like the 2-yard line and have no timeouts, and the clock should have expired until the referee, for some reason, stopped the clock. And then they're like, wait a minute, we weren't supposed to stop the clock. So then they restart the clock, and in the time, the Saints then clock the ball, and then they have one last play. They end up going and scoring a touchdown on that play, and had they kicked the extra point, it would have tied the game and sent it to overtime. But no. The Saints said, we're going for the win here. When you have Spencer Rattler on your team, you go for the win.
Yes.
You go for the jugular.
I like the move by the Saints, though. I do.
And then they lost, which is fine. And then
It's
after
a good
the
loss,
game,
though, Billy.
Was it?
It was, yeah.
Well, then after the game, the NFL came out and said, you know what? The referees, they shouldn't have stopped that clock, which is fine. But they could have cost the Commanders a game there in that mistake. And they're just like, oh, whoopsie daisy, never mind.
Right.
Just our bad.
Keep it moving.
Kind of mistake.
No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul, but it could have been harm and foul.
I mean, it could have, but it wasn't. So.
Terry
Could have
McLaurin.
Right.
Terry McLaurin.
Unless you had a certain line on the game.
Yes.
Maybe, perhaps.
Right.
That stoppage of that clock was so weird. Also, the Commanders.
Yeah. Not sure?
I might be putting them on fraud alert.
Really? Fraud alert?
I didn't say it. I didn't. No.
You said it.
I heard
you. I heard it.
it.
I repeated it.
I said I might. I said I might be putting them on fraud alert. Also, Texans 20, Dolphins 12. We good. We don't need to talk about that one. When we come back, Billy's Big Board Bets brought to you by, and if the season ends today, no one's talking about the Dolphins and the Texans today. We're not going to do that. Goodbye.
This episode is brought to you by Disney Plus. Game on, because ESPN Plus content is available on Disney Plus. You can watch your favorites from Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus together like never before. With ESPN Plus, unwrap a full day of NBA action on Christmas Day. Tip off the festivities with the Spurs and Knicks, followed by the Mavs and Timberwolves. Then a clash between the Lakers and Warriors, followed by the 76ers and Celtics. And finally, the Nuggets face off against the Suns, all streaming December 25th. Then with Hulu, watch the terrifying sci-fi thriller Alien Romulus, where a group of young space colonizers come face to face with the ultimate horror. And on Disney Plus, follow the adventures of 4 kids across the galaxy as they meet unlikely allies and enemies in Star Wars Skeleton Crew, starring Jude Law. All of these and more now streaming and available with a bundle subscription. Visit DisneyPlus.com for details. Terms apply.
Very exciting. We have not one but 2 Monday Night Football games. Billy is preparing his big board bets for both those games. Mikey has a game of if the season ended today. We're going to go to Mikey. He's going to start the game if the season ended today. And Billy will give us his big board bets. We'll weave in and out of these two things.
I like that, Stugotz. I'm going to tell you right now, though, real quick before we get started. Billy's Big Board Bets is brought to you by the comedy series Bookie from Chuck Lorre and Nick Bakay, starring Sebastian Maniscalco. Season 1 is streaming now on Max. Also, Season 2 is out now on Max. So
wow.
Check it out. Yeah.
Slow down.
There's a lot going on here, and here's the thing. I'm 41-17 on Billy's Big Board Bets, brought to you by Bookie.
Nice.
And you'd think I'd be swaggering around. Not the case at all, and I told you I'm not feeling good today. I have a situation where I have 2 games to choose from. I don't love the games. You're going to see why I don't love them. One of the games, I couldn't make a decision on 3, so I have 4 picks, which has never happened before. It seems like we're going to have 7 picks today. I'm just going to get you started right now. Here we go. I'm going to start with the second game. Bijan Robinson, over 17.5 carries. He's done it 2 weeks in a row. And 5 out of the last 7. Over 17.5 carries.
All right, that is in the second game, Falcons and Raiders. Mikey, if the season ended today, go ahead, my friend.
If the season ended today, those LA Chargers who lost to the Bucs traveled to Buffalo. If the season ended today.
Wow. Buffalo wins that game by 3 touchdowns.
Easily they win that game by 3 touchdowns.
You have a team from Los Angeles, warm weather team, traveling across the country, playing in Buffalo. And it's Josh Allen's time. This is his time. Josh Allen's.
All right, my next one.
Wow.
Sincere McCormick, longest rush, over 14.5 yards. He's done this 3 games in a row. 29 yards, 17 yards, and 19 yards. He is the starting running back for the Raiders. Sincere McCormick.
Sincere?
Yeah, over 14.5 yards.
Huh.
Yeah.
Odd name.
Yeah, this is a weird. We're starting with my bonus board.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why there's 8 Bs on this one, bonus board.
I see that.
Anyways.
Mikey, if the season ended today.
2 cold weather teams cutting it up. Denver goes to Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow. Denver goes to Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson revenge game, huh? Amazing. I had Pittsburgh winning that game.
All right, my next one here, and this is one that I'm not feeling proud of in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
Under 7.5 punts in the second game. Under 7.5 punts.
Really?
And this is why I have under 7.5 punts.
I mean, it's Falcons Raiders.
The Falcons average 2.8 punts per game, which is 32nd in the NFL. The Raiders average 3.8 punts per game, which is 16th in the NFL. Neither of these teams like to punt.
Okay.
Now,
most teams don't like to punt. They're forced to punt.
They're not
That's
great.
kind of the thing.
Not great teams, but I'm going under 7.5. And this is why now you're seeing I don't feel great about these picks when I'm resulting to let me look up team punting stats. Yeah. And I very easily could have
What's your record?
41-17.
You were the most unconfident 41-17 gambler I've ever seen.
Well, I have 7 picks because in my first game I had 4 and I was on the fence. I didn't know which 3 I wanted and I had 4. So I very easily could have just done 4 for one game and 2 for the other. But I said, no, we do 3.
Right.
Even though now I'm going to do 4. But we do 3. We're going to stick to 3. So that's why I'm doing team punting stats.
All right. So prepare your next bet here.
I have the next one ready already.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Go for it.
Here's
Mikey,
the next
stand
one.
by. Hold on a
Billy's
sec.
Big Board Bets brought to you by, and I also heard that you were criticizing the size of the board. So I got a big board. Board.
Yes!
All right. So this one is Jordan Addison, over 3.5 receptions. He has done this 3 weeks in a row. And He had 8 receptions for 162 yards in their last game against the Bears on November 24th.
Yep, he's good. Justin Jefferson is good. It makes Sam Darnold great, and it drives me crazy. Mikey, if the season ended today.
The last matchup in the AFC, the Ravens will travel to Houston to take on the Texans. Feels like that game that the Ravens always lose.
That's a tough one. So Ravens at Houston, C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson. I think the Ravens win that game. I'm not impressed with the Texans at all. I know they beat the Dolphins yesterday. I was not impressed with them beating the Dolphins yesterday. Something is wrong with C.J. Stroud. Something is wrong with that team. And Lamar Jackson, I think, wins that game and moves on in the AFC playoffs that don't start for 4 weeks.
All right, ready? I'm giving you the last 3 together because we're running out of time here. I'm going to go with Caleb Williams over 219.5 yards. He didn't do it last week, but he's done it 3 out of the last 4 weeks, and he had 340 passing yards versus the Vikings on November 24th. A lot of these stats are based on that matchup, November 24th. Sam Darnold over 1.5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold over 1.5 touchdowns. Hasn't done it since, he's done that 4 weeks in a row, and he had 5 TDs last week. And Swift under 52.5 rushing yards. He hasn't done it since November 17th versus Green Bay a month ago. He hasn't had over 52.5 rushing yards. And in the game against the Vikings on November 24th, he had 30 rushing yards. So I'm going to go under on rushing yards.
All right. Those are the BBBs for a
7 of them. Not super confident.
I understand. Listen, you're on a heater right now. You want one game. You want to make 3 picks. This is throwing you off your game.
And I had 4 in the first game. I had 3 in the second game. One of them is team punting. It's just a whole thing.
Right.
Anyways, football.
It's really,
man,
such a burden.
Season's exhausting, huh? God bless it.
God bless football, everyone. Stugotz here. Right now, my friends over at Simply Safe, they are extending their Black Friday deal for our God Bless Football listeners. Simply Safe is the home security I trust to keep my home and family safe. I've been telling you that for years now. This is your last chance to protect your home at Simply Safe's lowest prices of the year. Simply Safe is a new way to protect your home that stops intruders before they break into your home. Old school systems only take action once someone is already inside your home. That's too late. Simply Safe's Active Guard outdoor protection changes the game by preventing crime before it even happens. Simply Safe is extending its massive Black Friday deal for our listeners this week only. You can take 50% off any new system with a select professional monitoring plan. This is your last chance to claim their best offer of the year. Head to simplysafe.com/GBF to claim your discount and make sure your home is safe this holiday season. Don't wait. This offer won't last long. Keep your home, your family, and your peace of mind protected with Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Stugotz here. I want to thank the folks over at Smirnoff for being a loyal sponsor to both God Bless Football and the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz. Smirnoff knows there is no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, Smirnoff is the world's #1 vodka and is an official vodka partner of the NFL. And this year, there are more opportunities to watch football and make delicious Smirnoff cocktails than ever before over the holiday season. From Thanksgiving to Black Friday and Christmas, Smirnoff and the NFL are with you every step of the way. So this holiday season, when you are enjoying the game and your cocktails, please make sure to drink responsibly. Take a minute, make a plan, never drive impaired. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly. Smirnoff number 21 vodka, distilled from grain, 40% alcohol by volume. The Smirnoff Company, New York, New York. Please do not share with anyone under legal drinking age.